Did you know that there is only one woman written in the Sumerian King List? And before she was queen, she was an innkeeper. Stick around to learn more. Hello and welcome to World History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly and today we're going to learn all about the only queen who was named on the Sumerian King List, Queen Kubaba. Don't forget, the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on our new uploads every Tuesday and Friday. Kubaba is known as the only queen who has been named on the Sumerian King List, which is, unsurprisingly, a bit of a boys' club. Kubaba is one of very few women who ruled Mesopotamia in her own right, and the surviving cuneiform texts, which mention Kubaba, say that she ruled for 100 years, sometime around the 25th century BCE. Many versions of the King List have Kubaba on her own ruling in the 3rd dynasty of Kish, while others put her in the 4th dynasty, during which both her son, Puzur-Suen, and her grandson, Ur-Zababa, became kings. According to the King List, before becoming queen, Kubaba was a brewess, meaning she was a brewer of beer. Her epithet has been translated as the woman tavern-keeper who made firm the foundations of Kish. Kubaba as beer brewer and tavern-keeper who became queen should not necessarily be understood as a rags to riches tale, because brewers, who were initially mostly women, were highly respected business owners and came from all social classes. It is possible then that Kubaba was of noble birth, though this is all just speculation. It is more probable that her story was intended to emphasize the rise of someone of the lower classes to encourage the rags to riches interpretation, and greater identification of the populace with the queen who rose from their ranks. Kubaba is mentioned in multiple cuneiform tablets. One of them states, "At Kish, Kubaba the innkeeper, the one who strengthened the foundations of Kish, was king. She reigned for 100 years. From the Chronicle of the Single Monarchy, and the Widener Chronicle says, "In the house of Kubaba to Isa-Jil, they brought near. Kubaba gave food and water to the fishermen. The fish he delivered with haste to Isa-Jil. The great Lord Marduk looked upon her with joy and said, so be it. He handed over to Kubaba sovereignty over all lands." The Isa-Jil was the temple in ancient Mesopotamia, and in this story, the temple specifically dedicated to the god Marduk, who established order at the beginning of time. The food and water she gave to the fishermen is usually understood as being bread and water, the central ingredients of Sumerian beer, according to the hymn to Ninkasi, a song in praise of the goddess of beer, as well as a beer brewing recipe. The act which elevates her to kingship, therefore, is linked with her earlier profession as a brewer. Further, beer was considered the drink of the gods, and a gift from them to humanity, in the same way that the monarchy was thought to have been ordained by the gods to maintain order and then given to people, linking beer with kingship as divine gifts. It's also interesting that she gives the bread and water to a fisherman, because the fisherman figure is associated with the monarchy via the priest king Dumuzi, not to be confused with the shepherd god Dumuzid, an early legendary Sumerian monarch. So, one purpose of the story of Kubaba's rise to power is thought to have been to encourage proper homage to and respect for the king, in that just as Kubaba was rewarded for her act of giving generously, so anyone might be. Although she seems to have been highly respected as a monarch, the patriarchy discouraged other women from following in her footsteps. The later concept of the omen of Kubau is thought to be a response to her reign and was defined as the birth of an intersex child who brought bad luck and waste to the land by confusing genders, just as Kubaba had in assuming a position traditionally held by a male. Her reputation as a great ruler continued, however, and she was eventually deified. Throughout Mesopotamia, there were shrines dedicated to Kubaba, often under the name Kuvav, and she eventually became the patron goddess and protector of the city of Karkemish on the upper Euphrates River. The Greeks Hellenized her name as Cybele, and she is thought to have served as the inspiration for the famous Anatolian fertility goddess, who became the great mother goddess of ancient Rome. Can you think of any other female rulers in history who ruled either on their own or in their own right? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any new uploads. This video was brought to you by World History Encyclopedia. For more great articles and interactive content, head to our website via the link below. World History Encyclopedia is a non-profit organisation, so if you'd like to support our work, you can head to our Patreon via the top corner of the screen, or you can follow the Patreon link down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon with another video.